This is Pure Pollino on UBN Radio. Stargazer, food taster, fun chaser. Indulging in the culinary creations from the top restaurants and top bloggers across the nation and around the globe. Charting the course for people and celebrities over the entire astrological universe. Chasing down fun around every street corner. Pure Pollino starts now.
Hey, happy Tuesday. It is February 4th. We're 2 days away from the start of the Winter Olympics in Sochi. That's pretty exciting. But even more exciting than that is we kicked off the Year of the Wood Horse this past week. It actually started, I think, on Thursday. And today is the actual day that it really begins. So for the past, I'd say, week, we've been shedding the skin of the water snake. My name is Michelle Pollino. This is Pure Pollino. We come to you every Tuesday at 11 o'clock. And with me on alternating Tuesdays is Rachel Lang.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm ready for the Year of the Wood Horse.
You are?
I am. It's going to be a great year.
You know what? We found out the other day that we're both dragons. She's metal and I'm wood. Isn't it so funny?
It is. It is. It's, dragons in Chinese astrology, if you're not familiar, are connected to the sign of Aries. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yes. Yeah. Fire. They're fire signs.
Of course they are.
And so it's a nice, I think my Chinese astrological sign really nicely complements my
the
Libra sun
Yes,
sign, Western
that's true.
astrology.
That's true.
And for you, it just makes you more
Aries-like.
of a force to be reckoned with.
That's true.
A force of good in the world.
Well, I'm really excited today because we have international Bazi Chinese astrologer and Feng Shui expert Anita Rosenberg in studio with us. She actually is right down the street. I lucked out when I found her. But she is going to do our charts today. And she's actually already has the information, so I'm really excited about it. Rachel's not so excited because we know how squeamish she is about anybody intruding on any type of her stuff. This is just who she is. We've grown to love her.
I do get a little nervous.
Yeah.
I don't like to be exposed too much.
That's okay.
Someone might see all my Scorpio parts.
I see all your Scorpio parts, and I still
and
love
I see
you.
yours.
Yes, you do. You see my waterlogged. Hey,
know.
but one of the things I really am excited about is the last 2 years were water years, and we're moving into a wood year. So for the last 2 years, we had a water dragon and a water snake, and now we're moving into a wood horse. Again, this is just stuff that I've read in preparation for my 80 gazillion questions to Anita because I'm really excited about it.
Yeah.
It's a different science. It's completely different, yet it's the same as what we talk about.
Right. Well, it's, I think it's complementary. And I think it actually predates. I think a lot of the Asian astrology, like Vedic and Chinese, both predate Western.
Right. So
and Western's very influenced by the Chinese and Vedic.
Yeah, I'm pretty
systems.
excited.
I know. The wood horse is a lot about, sort of abundance and material wealth and focus on business and on career. And
freaking love that. And it's so funny because we started out the year with a new moon in
Capricorn conjunct Venus, Mercury,
and Pluto,
or Venus, Pluto, and
right,
and
or Venus and Pluto are conjunct, which again is all about business.
Totally.
This is definitely a year to make, obviously, strides in business. So also she had said to me, make sure you have wood and fire in your chart for this year. If you don't, make sure you hang around with people that do.
And you do,
I
right?
do.
You have quite a bit.
Yes, I do. And you do too. She said we're both fire. So, but you're metal. And we're also going to find out about the elements today. And what exactly do they mean? Like, we can sit here and say, you're wood, you're fire, you're metal, and you're water. And I'm like, well, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
I still don't even know what Bazi means and if I'm saying it right. So she's going to answer all these questions. But before we get to that, we have some news to get through. We have some astrological configurations to get through. And, we're going to say hi to people in the chat room because we always do that because there's so many people joining us and we appreciate it so much. So today, again, will be all about Chinese astrology, and there's so much to learn. And you can see how to apply it in your lives. We're going to be posting the chart, so you can look up, you can put in your configurations and do your own Bazi chart and ask questions. Just go to the chat room at ubnradio.com and click on channel 1. And,
yes. And thanks to Val for posting those links for us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so before we bring Anita in the studio and learn all about this year ahead and our Bazi chart, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm sure she'll correct me. We want to take a look at this week astrologically. And I guess spiritually too. It was very interesting. I was at Marianne Williamson last night, and she said, we're coming out of karma into dharma. And I thought that was a very interesting statement, considering we're coming out of these water
influenced
years.
Signs. Yeah. Well, which water, it connects to the emotions.
Yeah.
And so it has been a lot of, if you think about water as purifying, it's clearing, it's just dredging up all of that sludge from the bottom and the depths and clearing.
It's being really introspective and finding out what it is, that you need to do in this lifetime, and if there's anything blocking you inside, we're gonna clear it out. And that's what the water years are for. But I think the year ahead, like our Dharma, our wood year, is going to be putting that into action. And I'm really excited about that.
And seeing material results from whatever it is you've cleared and whatever it is that your internal process has opened up for you.
Ginger Simpson's in the chat room. Ginger! Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Well, I'm glad to have you here, Ginger. She was my supervising producer on a reality show called Selling Spelling Mansion.
Oh, wow.
That I produced.
A Spelling Mansion?
Yes.
Wait, what was this? Is this like the Tori spelling or Aaron's spelling?
Oh, yeah. Quite a lady. Quite a lady. Mrs. Spelling. That's quite a lady. So also I want to say a very happy birthday to my lovely lady, Valerie.
Aw, happy birthday, Val.
Happy birthday, Val.
We need a sound effect.
Yeah, we do. And Brett McCutcheon, also giving a shout out to Brett McCutcheon. He listened to me the other day when I was on Ann, and he became a fan, and now he's here.
So great. Welcome, Brett.
And I rhymed.
And Elena.
And Elena, of course. So let's get to, we've had quite a week, and we have a few more minutes before we bring Anita into the studio. First, obviously, this week was I couldn't even believe when I read the news, the day of the Super Bowl, that Philip Seymour Hoffman died. I was like, what?
Unbelievable. I mean, just such a tragedy and such a shock. And
go ahead.
Yeah, and if you look at his chart, because is this where you were going? Chart?
Yeah, charts,
you're going to chart. Yeah. So we had a few. What was that?
We were talking about drugs.
Oh, drugs. Yeah. Well, we talked about the tendencies in a few shows ago. We talked about death and charts, and he had Pluto, Jupiter, and Mercury all sort of in this tight configuration, or Pluto and Jupiter were both sort of right on top of and attacking his Mercury. And a lot of times those three planets are involved in a chart, in a chart that of someone who dies of something sudden and unexpected and tragic.
So I'm going to rephrase that in the simplest terms possible. Mercury, your mind. So his mind was obsessed being Pluto. Jupiter with the luxuries, overindulgence. So think about what I'm saying now. So you have the three planets that are his mind, controlling his mind. Mercury is his mind. So he was obviously obsessed, Pluto being obsession, and overindulgence in anything is Jupiter.
And I would add to that Mercury also represents addictive patterns, in, like mental issues.
Right.
And Jupiter on top of Mercury is a real crisis of faith. I mean, that's like,
That's true. That is a crisis of faith.
And Pluto opposing both of those. Pluto it's a wipeout. Anytime you experience someone who has taken their own life, it's not just it represents like basically everything crashes down. It's a wipeout. It's not just it's everything's influenced.
Well, I thought it was the other thing that I saw on his chart that I think is also telling. Again, Neptune, planet of drugs,
addiction, drugs. And
escape. That was Saturn was sitting right on it.
Right.
So that Saturn in Scorpio, man. Now, this is happening for a lot of people in that age range where Saturn is hitting their Neptune. So if you've had any problems in the past, this is a time where the stuff is going to come up again, and either you're going to conquer it or you're going to get sopped down in this disillusionment this time. And it's a struggle for many people in the age bracket of
if you're born in 1960, I would say from 1965 to 1968.
Yeah.
Like that range.
That age period.
And you might experience actually some health issues
Yes.
because a lot of times if you have unexpressed or unprocessed feelings, they'll come out and present themselves as health challenges. That happens a lot with Saturn on Neptune.
Yeah, it's so crazy. So we of course, both of us, Rachel and I were like, we got to look at his chart.
Yeah.
It was so devastating. Like, I'm just like, what?
I know.
Apparently, the story is that his wife had, he started again, and his wife's like, you got to clean up, so get out of the house. She kicked him out and said, you need to clean it up. And, unfortunately. And what kind of a D-bag? No, I mean, he's, the dealer knows who the guy is. With 50 pounds, I know it's money. Yeah. Christian, my board op's going, giving me the.
Yeah. He doesn't want to lose a client.
He doesn't want to lose the money.
Yeah.
It comes down to the money. So, and that's really what it comes down to, the money. Let's not fool anybody right now. And that man had it, and that dealer, I hope they do find that dealer and string his ass up, because that's insanity. 50 bags? Is that what it was, you guys? I think it was something like 50 bags. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's just, yeah.
Well,
apparently he had gotten clean right before that. He had been in rehab.
Right.
And so he was clean,
right.
and he thought he could go back
yeah.
out there and do what he was doing before he got clean. So I just
70 plus bags.
Wow.
That is insanity.
Wow.
All
70.
Right. That's insane. Okay. Well, obviously our thoughts,
yes.
love, prayers, guidance, hearts, everything that we can possibly give to that family, to his lovely partner, Mimi, and his 3 kids. It's a devastating loss for them more than anybody, and obviously for the community at large, actors and actresses, filmmakers who've worked with Philip Seymour Hoffman. I've known many. I've not gotten to meet him, but I've known many that have worked with him. So, a great loss. Sadness, I know.
Yeah, it's so tragedy. So tragic.
Another tragic story.
Oh, my God.
I am bringing it up because I can't stand him.
I know.
Woody Allen. I just...
Really? What? I mean...
So here are my thoughts. Wait, Lori Madden's in the chat room. That's Val's mother. So she's like, if my calculations are correct, Val's birthday is the 6th, not yet. But
yes.
But we're not on the 6th, Val. Lori, so we have to say it now. But let's talk a little bit before we bring in...
I think you celebrate the birth week, too.
Yeah, everybody celebrates the birth week.
It's not just specifically one day. It's like the month. Yeah. Really.
And it's true. I did hold my tongue because Valerie's mom was in there. So we have Woody Allen's chart because first of all, I think it's really shady that a man who marries his stepdaughter and then the allegations of his 7-year-old come out before the marrying of the stepdaughter. If you can't see a correlation between those two things, seriously, you need some glasses.
Completely.
Because I can see the correlation.
Yeah. Or to step out of denial.
Right.
So it's more of a reality. You need a reality check.
Right.
But yeah, that is just...
Yeah. So I'm trying to find where I wrote...
Well, it's interesting because, all of this is emerging into the spotlight under a Neptune transit.
Right.
And Neptune is the planet of that rules deception.
Right.
And so a lot of times when a Neptune transit hits, that which has been hidden, that
Creepy
which you're trying to
yeah.
any kind of creepiness that's going on in your life rises to the surface.
Right. Let me just say a couple of other things. I know I got a break and Anita is coming in just minutes. He had Saturn in Pisces. right on his descendant, right? So he had a lot of his fears were unfounded, but also his thoughts about authority are not in line with society's. They are, in a sense, an illusion, having that Saturn in Pisces. Mars and Pluto oppose each other. Mars in the 5th house.
Which is the house of children. And Mars is the sex planet. So, what is he attracted to? Opposing
Pluto, that planet of power.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is. To me, it's a no-brainer looking at his chart. It's kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So you can write as many internet emails and post about why you think Woody Allen is innocent. I'm going to have my opinion. I'm going to state it. And I think he's guilty. And I think the only reason he's getting away with it is because he's an amazing artist. He is. I'm not going to take that away from him. He's an amazing artist. But just because he's an amazing artist doesn't mean he can get away with what he does.
Right.
So there it is, astrologically. Mercury moves into a 3-week retrograde pattern, February 6th through the 28th. This is not only a break, but a break, B-R-A-K-E. As our minds get the chance to draw back and reevaluate, reconsider. We've just learned a heck of a lot with Venus moving back in retrograde in Capricorn.
And then moving direct.
So
we got to see how our relationships have been affected, have been changed, and we've had a couple of days to really make some decisions, make some movements forward before Mercury goes retrograde, and we have to go back inside again.
Right. So Mercury retrograde, look out for that. We'll talk more about it in 2 weeks. And maybe Anita has some thoughts on that as well. Mm-hmm. So coming up next, Anita Rosenberg. So stay with us. I love picking music for this show. And one of the reasons that I love picking music for the show is I get to find new music and rejoice in it. And that's one of the songs that I found this week. It's called Thunderclatter. It's by a band called Wild Cub. I'm an alt nation kind of girl. If you guys haven't figured that out yet, I love my my alternative music.
I think it's great. I love that song. You always pick the best music. It's like the most perfect music for that day.
Well, I try to.
It's really great.
So welcome back to Pure Pollino. My name is Michelle Pollino, Rachel Lang, and we are today rejoicing in the fact that in studio with us is Anita Rosenberg. She is a global consultant helping people reach their potential in wealth and personal relationships. And she does this through classical Feng Shui and Bazi Chinese astrology, which she may correct me on my pronunciation in a minute, maybe not. We're going to find out so much about Chinese astrology today. And everybody can do their charts because she has already done both Rachel and I's. And we're kind of excited to kind of go through that. And she's going to tell us all about the years and what they mean and what this means for us and how we can incorporate some things to help us create wealth, abundance, and transform our personal relationships. She is also an award-winning author, Hollywood filmmaker. By the way, Anita, I loved Modern Girls. Modern Girls. That was like one of my favorite movies in the late 80s. Like I was that girl. I was them. So that was my era.
Thank you.
So,
excellent.
Yeah. So without further ado, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited, and I have to say I got to walk here because I live in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I only live 2 blocks away, so it's kind of exciting to come do something in Hollywood with you gals. So
Yeah.
thank you so much. So today officially is February 4th,
right.
Of course, and this is where we usher in the year of the wood horse. So what we do is, this is where the energies get anchored in for the year as far as our Feng Shui and our Bazi astrology. But one of the things I wanted to start off with, because I'm not sure everybody really knows, is the cosmic trinity of Chinese metaphysics.
What does that mean?
Okay, so I want to put it all in perspective. We have what's called Earthlock, Heavenlock, and Manlock. And Manlock is not going out and looking for guys, okay? And all three give us 99% of our lives. So, and each is a third. So our Earthlock is our Feng Shui. Our Feng Shui is, do we live somewhere that supports us? Like I walked in the studio today, I love the positive affirmations, the vibe of the studio. It feels good, right? Feels good and yummy. So that is your Feng Shui, and that's 1/3 of the equation. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about what we can do to anchor and trigger off our wealth for the year of 2014 in our Feng Shui. 1/3 is then called our Bazi Chinese astrology.
And I was pronouncing it right.
Well, it's Bazi, and that's how I say it.
I was saying Bazi. You're saying
no, Bazi's fine. If you were in China, it likes Bazi. But you know, anyway, we live in Hollywood, so we're never.
We can say whatever
we're going to westernize everything anyway.
Right, we will. So Chinese astrology is the same as, let's say, Vedic astrology or Western astrology. We were born at a certain time in a certain place with certain potential, and our chart tells us everything. Versus how many kids we're going to have, we're going to get married, our wealth potential, our health, strengths and weaknesses in businesses. I've got your charts. We're going to look at those a little today in terms of what's coming up for you all this year to give you an idea. But that's 1/3 of the equation. 1/3 is called man luck. Man luck is what are you going to do about it? This is the free will. This is the positive affirmations. This is I have a line of magical candles. I'm really into crystals and Ganesh and Buddha. That's man luck. Okay, so that just shows that we have we can take control of our own lives, and that's the 1/3 equation. So we put it all together. All right.
Okay.
So using symbols so when you're talking about using Buddha and Ganesh and all of these symbols to create man luck or human luck, it's really like drawing from the divine, drawing from the incorporating both of those into it. Is that
you got it? And I got chills as you said that. Yes, because it's your intent. It's a strong and actually, if you notice, a lot of it's cultural. So, I mean, I'm Jewish, but I really like my Buddha.
Yeah,
I like
you
my
do.
Ganesh,
Right.
Because I love that energy that it I love Lakshmi. Lakshmi's my new. But let's get into the Chinese.
She's fabulous.
Let's get into the Chinese New Year because I think that's what people want to know what's happening today.
Right,
okay.
right.
So, wood horse. All right. So, the wood horse, what we talk about in Chinese astrology and Chinese metaphysics is we talk about elementally. So, it's how the elements all merge. So, this year it's a wood horse, meaning so we have jaw wood is wood, and horse has fire, and a little touch of earth. So, the elements that we're really talking about for this year is wood and fire. Okay, so wood and fire.
Can I? So we have 5 elements, right?
There's 5 elements.
And what are the differences? I'm going to try and be I'm being like maybe too simple, but so there's 5 elements that are carried out through the entire astrological scope, correct?
There's wood, fire, earth, metal, and water.
And what are their meanings?
And we have a yin and a yang. That would be a really long topic. So you know what I'd love to do is I'd love to just charge into what is the wood and the fire mean for us, because I think that'll help identify that. And then I can talk about the other elements and what's not going to be so great this year.
Okay.
So the concept is this. In order to have a really good year this year, we have our number one checklist would be, do you have wood and fire in your chart? Okay. If you have wood, like people are, I'm year of the horse and year of the rooster and I really don't care. I only care if what elements those animals have in them.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is.
Okay.
So what I'm looking for is elementally. So one of the things is if you have fire and wood in your chart, you're going to have a pretty darn good year. You have to know how to use it, but now all of a sudden you got a good checklist, okay? If you don't have fire and wood in your chart, then you need to hang out with someone who has fire and wood in their chart. That's how you have a better year, okay?
Yeah.
That means people need to hang out with me.
Well, that's the thing, Michelle. You are so fire and wood. You got crazy fire and wood,
I do?
actually. Crazy fire and wood.
All
I'm
right.
Yeah.
All of a
So-
sudden, Michelle's going to be the most popular person in the.
So, Michelle, you're going to have an awesome year. And because I have both your charts looking at, you're both fire as your day master, which I'll talk about in a second.
Right.
But, Rachel does have fire in her chart, and she's got just a little bit of wood. So she's going to have a pretty good year, too. But with you guys together as
Everybody
a team,
hang out with us.
combustible, exciting
All
energy.
right.
All right. So now let's talk about what does that actually mean. Okay, so fire, and also the idea is that if you do not have these elements in your chart, you can add these elements to your business to improve them. Okay, so here we go. Fire is all about being passionate, obviously, and very excited and heartfelt things. But the industries that are really good for fire tends to be mass media, entertainment, things that are fast moving, things that are fast spreading. Fire's fast spreading.
Wow,
Also,
that's such a... I've never even thought about that.
So other industries, I have my little cheat note because it's usually not, I deal with a lot of creative people, but petrol fuel, restaurants, food industries, airline technology, computers, firearms, promotion and services. Also, cosmetics, beauty products, hair salons are also fall in the fire because it's about making people look pretty, making people look better. The entertainment business also falls into it. So, you have the radio show. Radio show should do really good because it's mass media, fast spreading, right?
Wow.
So you're in a great business for next year. So now we've got a couple check marks. You both have fire in your chart. Yay. You are in a fire industry of sorts because this is the radio business, so that'll do well. So if you don't have that in your chart, or if you want to look at your business and go, how can I improve business using fire? Work on your social media, work on your marketing, work on promotions, work on sales. Those are the areas that you want to work on to improve for this year, right?
Yeah. We've been talking about this for a few months now. It seems to be our Now
let's go into wood, because wood is trees and plants and flowers, and they're slower growing, right? Slow growth. So actually things related to wood are knowledge, information, education, wood growth. So next year, take a class, learn something, add an educational element into your business would be good. It's academics, it's also being teachers, healthcare. One of the things that's interesting is also seasonal. Wood is seasonal. There's a seasonal element to it. So if you want to improve your business and add the wood aspect, do seasonal things. So for your radio show, kind of create really strong seasonal concepts to what you're doing. So education based, and then add the seasonal element could be very powerful.
Wow.
Love it.
Also if you're in landscaping, developers, designers, inventing.
We know lots of designers.
We do.
That's a wood element. So those people will tend to have a good year coming up. Those are industries that will do well this year.
So it's so incredible.
It is.
So now we're going to talk a little about, there's just a little bit of earth, and I work with a lot of realtors, especially in the Hollywood area, and there's only a touch of it. So is it going to do a little better than last year? Yes. Is it going to be brilliant and great? Not really.
Okay.
There are going to be some realtors that will do well, and some realtors maybe aren't going to do so well. But again, if these realtors do mass market, promotion, seasonal things, education,
right.
If they add those elements, they could have a better year. Does that make sense with
Yeah.
that?
Yes, definitely.
So earth would be, earth businesses would be earth itself, would be real estate, kind of be sort of an idea. When you have water, so water and metal are weaker this year. So water tend to be trading, retail, hospitality, travel, movement, international markets. So we might see international markets not doing as well. Retail may go down a little. And then metal would be banking, insurance, and finances. And those are going to suffer. The banking industries and finance will probably suffer a little bit this year.
Interesting. I think it's already suffering, to be quite honest.
Right. So that's the big scope. There's more specifics, but I thought that gave everybody a little hint.
That's fantastic. I think I've just been pummeled with a bat. I've gotten so much information.
I know.
I'm just I'm like, wow, that is a lot. So when I look at this Bazi chart, I see the 6 white light star. That stands out to me the most.
Okay, so you want to hold up your chart for the camera.
I am.
So if you're at home and you're listening, I'd like you to go to www.masteryacademy.com, and that is Joey Yap's website. And in the upper right corner, it will say plot your Bazi chart, and this is what your Bazi chart will look like. Will you understand it? No, you will not. But it's okay, because then you'll call me and I will help you to understand it.
Right.
But you'll be able to basically take a look and see it will sort of give you a little bit of what are your elements. But if you look in the upper right corner, yes, it's going to tell you your life star for the year. And that's kind of like doing your little like mini astrology in Western, what's Pisces for the year, what's Aquarius for the year.
Right, I got it.
Right. So it's good.
I got a Virgo house.
So,
I got a 6th house. I got a Virgo house.
Well, this is going to be sort of generic. So what I'll do is, I'll do, okay, so Michelle, you're a 6.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to know what your year's going to be?
I
so
do.
it's another layer.
Scare me.
Well, okay. Big transformation. Transformation this year. It's one of the more negative stars, and it creates painful experiences, but you got to go through renewal. Discard the old to begin the new. I mean, the idea is, here's your keywords. Let go of past issues.
Yeah.
Start fresh.
Okay.
The end result's going to be totally worth it.
Okay.
Let go of some of those emotional issues. Look, the biggest changes happen when we're the most challenged.
Right.
Unfortunately, sometimes those are painful. So even though, yes, I'd love to say it's going to be a perfectly easy, smooth ride for you, it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be awesome because this is where you're going to make some changes. It's going to be good. Yeah, I know you're not.
It's all good because
got to give you a little reality check.
No, it's fine. I just wish that I feel like I've been on this 6-star for about 5 years now.
Okay. Well, remember, this is just a big generic kind of.
But you got to put it into, I think, perspective, like you were saying, with all the other elements that are going on.
Right.
So it's like it's a giant, fishbowl in a sense.
You need to layer them, and it becomes extremely complicated. These are just some beginning things to talk about. So, Rachel, you're number 9. Okay.
Number 9.
Offers increased income. Even with 0 effort put in, you can attract more money.
Excellent. I like that. I like that.
So also, Rachel, like in your chart, we look at profiles, and your sub-profiles are pioneer and director. This is a wealth profile. You're all about the money, girl.
I am.
Well, you're an artist. Artist is your main profile. So actually, as an artist, you are all about the art, and you like quality over quantity. And the artistic creation of things is super important to you. But what I like is you also have your eye on the money. So between the two of you, she should handle the finances. She should look at the money aspect.
I have no problem letting go of the finances. None.
It complements my Taurus rising too. I mean, in my Western astrology chart. So.
It is because Taurus likes nice things, right? They like nice art, nice dining, and that's actually does complement it because that's what the artist does. Like a nice dinner out for you with a nice wine would probably be heaven, right?
Yes, it's heaven to me too. I have Venus and Taurus, though. That's why.
Okay. So anyway, this year for you then, money would be great. So make sure you work on your finances. Make sure you keep your accounting accountable. Maybe bring in someone to help you, or I would say you could. That. So there you go.
You're so great. Thank you.
Hey.
That's awesome.
So, and then let's go back over because I like looking at the charts. It's rather than generic-y things. But so, Michelle, your main and sub-profile is analyzer and philosopher. You're a thinker.
Ooh.
You think.
Can I just say that is the thing that I have the least represented in it's so interesting.
The same thing for Valerie. You have the same chart as Valerie. Yeah. I think so.
But here's what's important, because I do a lot of work with teams and people that are in team building. You want someone whose strengths are your weaknesses and weaknesses are your strengths. You want your offensive and defensive team. You don't want everyone to be the same. We tend to pull in people that are like us, so you pulled in each other and you're both fire signs. So what that means is you're a yin and a yang. So Michelle, you're a, what were you? You were the yin fire. You're a ding fire, like a little candlelight, a little tiki torch. And Rachel is the sun. She's a bing fire. She's like the sun. So the thing is, you probably have a common way of talking and a common conversation. Does that make sense when you're talking to each other? I'll tell you a little story because I think this sort of brings this to life. So I was in one of my workshops years ago, and I'm a Ren water, so I'm a yang of water, and I'm sitting in the front with a bunch of people, and I'm asking questions. I didn't understand what the teacher was saying, so I was a little confused, and I kept asking the people around me, to explain it, and I didn't understand it at all. So I walked back to the back of the room with a bunch of girls, and I said, I don't understand what those people in the front are talking about. And they said, Anita, you're a yang water. They're all metal people. Of course you don't understand that. We're water people back here. Come hang with us and you will get us.
That is hilarious.
So that's it. You guys drew each other in as fire people. You have a common sort of conversation, but I like that you have different approaches. So a ding fire is more about inspiring. It's the only element that can change another element. So fire burns wood. It melts metal. You transform people. You can transform. You can change them. You can illuminate them. So you would be a great kind of promoter and salesperson and pitcher, but you do it because it's heartfelt and passionate and because you're truly transforming someone. Does that make sense?
It's true. We got somebody calling. You want to bring them up? I'm a little scared. Bring them up. We'll see who it is.
Oh, no.
First of all, let's. Somebody in the chat room wants to know what a 1 is. They have a 1.
Ah, okay, great.
Who's on the line with me? Hello?
Isis.
What?
Isis. Oh my God.
Hang it up, please. It's somebody in the other room. I can hear him, the echo. So what's a 1?
All right, well, I'll go through the numbers quickly in case for everyone, because I think that's important to do. So if you're a number 1, you're going to have a lot of opportunities this year, 2014. Investments and wealth-related issues are available. Start something new. New beginnings may not be easy, but they're rewarding. So focus on sales, marketing, and branching out.
Yay.
Number 2, they'll have a good year of growth and expansion. It's going to be a year about cash flow and finance. Look internally to see how your business can be more efficient, reduce costs, and be better at what you do to be more profitable.
Nice.
Number 3 is challenging for 2014. There'll be domestic issues. You need to get out of the house, physically get out of the house, travel. Because if you're home, you're going to have fights. At home, you're going to find things breaking down, maybe getting sick, getting into arguments. There basically will be turmoil in the house, so just travel. That's your solution.
I wish I was a 3.
Number 4, you need to put your life in order. It'll be challenging, and it's time to bite the bullet. Don't delay. Fix stuff. Finish projects that aren't completed. Get your finances in order and know your net worth. 5, excuse me.
You need some water?
Yes.
Can you get some? Thanks, Sarah.
You know what? I have it right behind my...
Thank you, Dom.
Excuse me.
That's all right. I'm here to mask that coughing.
Yes.
My beautiful voice will mask that coughing.
Just like a fire, you're transforming
Just like
the
a fire,
energy.
I'm transforming
It's
the
the
coughing.
Hollywood crud.
Right.
Okay, so 5, you have great academic potential. Study what you want to study. Don't waste the year. You could have educational breakthroughs if
Nice.
you're 5.
That's great.
We already did 6, big transformation year. 7 is execution. This is the year to roll up your sleeves, make it happen. Okay, you've been strategizing. Now it's time to make it manifest. You'll have the guts to finalize your plan. So this is like take action.
Great.
8.
Wait, what was 7?
7, take
'Cause
action.
That's Sarah.
Oh, take action. Take action, Sarah. Get it happen.
Yeah, no, she's an amazing singer.
Execution. Okay.
No, she is.
Well, then you know what? You've been strategizing. Now this is the year to do it.
This is the year to-
those things you've maybe been procrastinating on, this will be your year. Tap into it.
Good. Tap into it. Do it. Just do it.
Nike,
right.
just do it.
There it is.
Okay. And 8 is relationships. I have an 8 year, so I got to get my flirt on this year.
You better get your flirt on, girl.
Exciting.
Come on, get that man luck going.
So it's about relationships. It's business. It's personal. You must go. It could be an intimate or a business relationship or a fun partnership. It's all about new relationships. So get out there and find it.
And which one's that?
That's 8.
8. You better.
And 9 is the money one, increased income.
Right. And that's it? 1 through 9?
Yeah, got 1 through 9.
That is fantastic. Okay. No, we got plenty of time because I love this stuff. I'm not going anywhere. We can push our commercials.
Okay. Well, I wanted to give Rachel a little time on her being fire. So
Go.
Okay.
Okay,
Go to
so
town.
being fire is the sun. So look, there's only one sun in the sky, so it's a little me kind of. But it also, you have a large sphere of influence. The things you do could influence the world. Could be bigger scope because you're shining on everybody. And if you look at the symbol, it looks like 2 broad shoulders. You take responsibility for everyone. You could be a little
is so her.
nosy, but you do tend to take care of everyone, which is a great quality. The thing about being fire is they're routine based. What the sun gets up every day and sets every day. It doesn't get up one day and go, I don't think I'm going to get up today. I don't think I'm going down. I'm having a great day. I'm not setting today. So routines are great for you, but you can plateau out. You can kind of bore yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay, versus Michelle is a fire. You could burn out. You could be busy lighting everyone else's flame, and you can forget to light your own. So you got to make sure to light your own. So you see, it's kind of a little different energy of the two. Of the sun and the candle. Kind of it's still fire, it's still illuminating, it's still passionate, but it's different. And you both, because the fire can tend to overburn out. So being fire can tend to be too hot. Let me think of Santa Fe and Arizona.
Right.
It can burn things. So if you're too hot, you're kind of burning. Same thing with fire. You could be a house fire or a bonfire out of control, which gets to be too burning. It's lovely when it's just in your fireplace or a nice little candle, right?
A nice contained fire would be nice.
Right.
Right.
And then, Michelle, I just want to also get back to sort of your profile, which is your business hat. So as the philosopher, you think outside the box. So anything you do, you're a unique and original thinker. Anything you can do that's outside the box thinking, that's a little unique and different, that is really what you bring to the table. Also, the philosopher profile tends to be people that kind of create fantasy lifestyles. So like in the show and the business you do, you're kind of like a designer. A designer will go in and go, what kind of fantasy, what would you like to be living? I'm going to help you live that dream. I think that's the approach that you hopefully have with your business, correct?
Yeah, I just create things, and that's it. I constantly do.
And I think that you do that for other people too. Like in your practice, in your individual practice with clients, you help them see what they could have.
Yes, that's true. Always.
But I will tell you the one thing. As a thinker profile, you can get stuck in your head. And you get to be a perfectionist, and you may not move forward because you don't have all the puzzle pieces. Like, you may not have all the information, so you may not want to move forward. And you know what? It's sometimes you just gotta do it. You just gotta make it happen. It's not gonna be perfect. Life isn't perfect. It's better to get it out there sometimes than wait for it to be perfect. Does that make sense?
Yes. Oh yes. Shannon got an 8. That's so funny. I love these people hitting us up. 8 means you're going. That's what you are. That's what
I'm
you
an
are.
relationship
That's a
year.
relationship year, Shannon. It's a relationship year. You should be happy about that.
Get out there and connect.
It's so interesting. The philosopher. I'm definitely a thinker. And I do get stuck in my head at times. I get stuck. I definitely get stuck with certain behaviors, and I can find them repeating in my head.
But in the resource structure, the thing that's interesting about it is you're great with people, and you're great making them feel comfortable and kind of warm, and and that's kind of all about the relationships you have with clients and with listeners with people around you.
Yeah,
so
I definitely feel very connected to people immediately. There's no walls. I just love them. Immediately. There's nothing,
Good.
No in between.
You know what I wanted to add, like toward the end here, of something else that's not maybe Chinese, but I just think it's awesome anyway. I love Ganesh. Do you all know what the elephant-headed god of prosperity?
Definitely.
And
Did you see my brand? Do you see the shirt that I was wearing when I started taking that's a Ganesh. My brand is a Ganesh.
Yay.
Has a Ganesh photo on it.
Oh, well, there you go. Excellent.
Isn't that funny?
What I love about Ganesh, it's new beginnings, new projects, removal of obstacles. And every prayer, every ceremony, everything in India begins with blessings to Ganesh.
Right.
So it's a new year. So let's add a little India twist in it, because I kind of like combining some cultural things. And so I love sort of inviting Ganesh in. And so to create a Ganesh shrine, which I just think is very empowering, you need a Ganesh statue, okay? Then also a Ganesh candle helps, which I'll plug my magical candle collection because I do have one on my website, which
Fantastic.
Can I tell my website?
Yes, please do.
I want to get to all that right now if you want to do it.
Well, it's www.anitarosenberg.com.
Okay.
And I have the Good Karma shop. So I created these magic candles that are awesome, that are made by these magical people that are actually made with intent and gem essences and essential oils, and during a certain time of the moon phase, and has certain colors. But the Ganesh candle goes with the Ganesh shrine. Also, sandalwood incense is that's his jam. He's got his sandalwood incense that you want to light. Also, you could put a little offering of rice, uncooked rice, and then also yellow flowers if you really wanted to go all out. And then he has mantra, and his mantra is Gungaina Pataya Namaha. And you'd say that 3 times when you light his candle. And actually, if you go to the Magic Candles on the Good Karma shop and do Ganesh candle, I have a how to make a shrine, and I have the mantra, so you could take a look at it. It's just, it raises your vibration. I mean, we all know so now we're talking about like the man luck. Oh, I wanted to do the feng shui thing.
All right, yes. We have good.
Okay, so that's that'll cover you for man luck and just lighting your Ganesh shrine, do your prayers, set your blessings.
All right.
Feng Shui, south sector of your home for this year, this is just one little tip, is wealth and prosperity and money and finance. So what you do is you could get a compass on an app and stand in the middle of your house and look to see where's the south sector.
Okay.
The south sector, wherever that is, you want to activate that for this year. You can activate it.
How do you activate it?
Every day, anytime. You activate it by using it. So go in that room, open that door, add your stereo, do a fan, something that's movement, something yang, put a clock.
All right.
So you activate an area by using it more.
All right, got it.
Okay?
All right, so how can people get a hold of you? You do consultation, feng shui, Bazi Chinese astrology. You also have lectures and classes. How can people find this information? AnitaRosenberg.com?
That's a great place. I'm also on Facebook. It's Anita Rosenberg Studio.
Okay, Anita Rosenberg Studio.
I'm posting a lot of stuff. On Twitter, I'm Hollywood Shui.
Hollywood Shui.
I didn't know what Twitter was when I came up with that name. I wish I had changed it.
SHUI.
Hollywood Shui.
Okay.
So we've got that. And on all the other social, I have an Etsy shop, Pinterest. But yeah, I think the best thing would be Facebook, Anita Rosenberg Studio. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have any questions, just let me know. I have a great newsletter, and you can join my newsletter on my website.
Great. And we're going to give you all that information on our newsletter at purepollino.com. Sign up for it. It's also going to be on our Facebook page, along with today's horoscopes from Rachel. So go to facebook.com/Pure Pollino to find out all of today's information. Sign up for the newsletter at purepollino.com. Go to anitarosenberg.com and follow us at Pure Pollino, Pure_Pollino on Instagram, and Rachel Lang 11 on Twitter. Have an amazing week. Happy birthday, Val. And enjoy your Sochi Olympics. We will talk to you next week when we get a visit from a Russian restaurant. Okay, bye.
Hey guys, this is Bob Merrick, the host of The Bob Show. Accentuate the positive in your life and in pop culture from 9 to 11 a.m. on ubnradio.com.
We are experts at video production. We have crews in over 100 cities and the finest editors in the world. It's fun to create your videos, and that's what we love doing. We're good at that. But the most important thing is, how do you use those videos? How do you leverage your video investment? We provide all the platforms to do that. Website design, social media, SEO, PR, and television. And all of those components do a dance that work in tandem with each other for a comprehensive marketing campaign that really helps grow your business.
This is Jenna Edwards from Create Your Life with Jenna Edwards. Please join me every Monday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on ubnradio.com, where I have conversations with inspiring people and give you tools with the goal of helping you create your life.
Now that you've found UBN Radio and discovered our quality talk shows, it's time to spread the word to friends, family, and the universe. 24 hours of music and talk. Radio without limits. That's why people keep coming back for more. That's ubnradio.com.